Ouch, was that a ghost? Ouch, was that a ghost?
With Liss?
And Lee.
No giggle? Thank
So,
you.
what was the question you just asked of me? Have I ever what?
Heard of the Winchester Mystery House?
No. Don't say that. Have I ever heard of the Winchester Mystery House? Because that's not what you asked me. What you asked me was, have you ever heard of it? With no other context. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Peggy?
Melissa, why did you say her name again? You were literally, all right, so trigger warning, you're cursed. To everyone who just listened to this. Too late, might as well keep going and listen to the rest of it. Jeez, what is wrong with you? And what is your favorite color and why? My color changes whenever I feel like changing it. Right now it's yellow, just because I said it.
I am the same way. You know how everyone always has a favorite? I go from like green to yellow. Sometimes I like black if I'm in a bad mood.
You nasty, bad mood sucking, negative energy piece of crap.
That's me. Yeah, I don't have like really a set one. I say
Neither.
green when people ask, but I don't mean it.
You lie. Oh my god.
No, because everyone wants just a straight answer, but I change.
So like, I'm assuming the only time someone would ask is if they're about to buy you a gift. So you say green, and then you get something you don't like, and then you lie and say you like it.
But
So
I do like
this is really
emeralds.
good to know. This is really good to know. Everything I've ever gotten you, I got a fake reaction out of. So this is cool. This is
No,
fine.
I totally loved it. It was my favorite.
No, this is, you know what? Just don't do that. Just don't.
That was the best gift I ever got. I use it all the time.
No, the best gift you ever got were those vases.
That's right.
Wait, did you end up with the vases? Remember the vase that my mom got for her wedding, which she didn't want? So she gave it to my sister, who gave it to me for Christmas, and then I brought it and gave it as a gift to someone else for Christmas, and they put it in our Christmas family grab, and then I still ended up with it because everyone kept trading, and I ended up with the freaking vases. I just couldn't get rid of them. I ended up just throwing them in the trash. Sorry to whoever gifted those originally.
I remember seeing those at maybe one or two of those what do you call it, like Bad Santa or White Elephant? Everyone has a different name for it. Like the grab.
The grab, yeah. That was
our family calls it the grab, but it's usually called other things. But I've seen it show up a few times there, and your mother would be like, "No, it's really great. Take it."
We all have to sit there trying to sell it so that we don't end up with it again. Those things are impossible to get rid of.
I think Dottie's flesh thing was the funniest.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
That was hilarious.
Didn't your dad end up with it?
Yep. Because Nina had it and he felt bad. He was like, "I'll take it."
Nina would have been happy. Oh wait, no.
No, I think Dottie stole it back from my father.
I was all excited about it. Gross. That's great.
Okay, let's go right into the story.
This one has squirt right into the short story.
Squirt. Just squirt.
I can't talk anymore. Keep going.
Who can? We're recording like 4 in a row and still drinking. So here we go.
Nice.
So I'm covering the Winchester Mystery House. And I use the Winchester Mystery House website, ABC7, the Mercury News, and the little things.
Is this about a woman dressed in all black staring out a window?
She is dressed in all black at a point in the story.
Okay.
So it starts with Sarah Lockwood Pardee, who was born in 1839 in New Haven, Connecticut, to Leonard Pardee and Sarah W. Burns. In 1862, Sarah is now 32, and she married the love of her life, William Wirt Winchester. He was the son of Oliver Winchester, the owner of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. Do you know what that is?
No.
I feel like you're not following me. Winchester, like Winchester guns? Rifles?
I don't know. I'm following. I just don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I didn't pay attention in school.
Blocka. So they built a home together on Prospect Hill in New Haven, Connecticut, where Sarah helped design and gave input on the architecture of the house, which she seemed to greatly enjoy, which women weren't really doing back then. So on June 15th, 1866, the couple's first and only child, this is a really sad part, trigger warning, baby stuff. This was the couple's first and only child, baby Annie Pardee Winchester, was born, and only 10 days later, on July 25th, baby Annie passed away
No.
from, I feel like I'm saying this wrong, marasmus. From what I understand, it's a form of malnutrition to the body, and you're not absorbing nutrients properly, like a protein disorder that didn't allow her to properly digest food.
Oh,
That's terrible.
that's so sad. It was slow. Oh,
So after
sad.
that, tragedy just seemed to follow Sarah. Fast forward to 1881 when Sarah lost her mother and her father-in-law within the year, and finally Sarah lost her beloved husband William to tuberculosis.
Oh, wow.
Poor Sarah was heartbroken over her daughter as well, and now all this stuff just piling on.
Right.
So Sarah was left $20 million back then. That's equivalent to like around 600 million today. And she was left half of the Winchester Rifle Company, right? So that back then she was getting $1,000 a day in royalties. So now that's over $25,000 a day you're getting paid.
I can't believe we know someone who won $1,000 a day for the rest of their life.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
I know. I wish it was me.
I'm not
I
gonna
would
lie,
love
I'm
to not have to
jealous
work
as hell.
anymore. Right?
I'm gonna have to cozy back on over there. Make some good friends. Get over here.
I know, but even at the time, she was one of the richest women in the U.S. at the time, but what good was the money with no family? So she was known to stay in mourning clothes for the rest of her life. So she was dressed in all black from then on out. At age 46, Sarah developed painful arthritis. And in 1886, Sarah, all alone, who amassed this great amount of wealth, only had her niece left. Some people say this is when she went to go see a psychic in Boston who told her she was cursed and she needed to move west and build a house. And if she ever stopped building, she would be next.
Wait, do you know how old she was when she was widowed?
She was 36.
Oh, wow, and she decided to stay a widow all her life. Well, I guess back in the day, that's what you did.
Yeah, but she, loved her husband.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not just a back in the day thing. I guess if it's true love, that's what you do.
Yeah. She went to go see a psychic in Boston. People say that she was haunted by all the souls that were killed by the Winchester rifles. So Sarah left New Haven, Connecticut, and bought a small 2-story, 8-room farmhouse in San Jose, California, which she named Yanara Villa. I forgot to look up what that means. She had fond memories of her husband in that town. There she began, as the Winchester Mystery website says, the world's largest home renovation, stopping only when Sarah passed away. She holds the Guinness Book World Record for the longest continuous construction, which was 38 years. So in 1895, Sarah started appearing in newspapers, which were filled with gossip and speculation about her. The constant renovations to the house, her connection to the firearm fortune, led to superstitious gossip, where the paper made claims that she was doomed because of all the lives her family's guns took. Instead of mentioning how generous she was with the many hospitals, like the Connecticut State Hospital that had TB treatment, which her husband died from, she gave tons of money and stuff too, and everyone just overlooked that and just gossiped about her. Oh. And people would say she was obsessed with the number 13 because every closet had 13 hooks. There was 13 blue and amber stones in every window pane. The 13 ceiling panels in the entry hallway. 13 windows in the 13th bathroom.
So people were gossiping about how she liked 13, the number 13. Why were you sitting there counting it, you creep?
Right?
How did you notice that?
Right?
It's a lot to notice.
A lot of people paint her as this crazy woman, but I think she was a badass, ahead of her time architect that loved what she did. And if you sit and look for numbers, you're gonna find them. If you want to find pairs of 3, pairs of 10, pairs of 13, you're gonna find it.
I don't think the average person goes in saying, "Oh, I noticed just by glancing around that there's 13 everywhere."
But you have to look for it, though, I think. Because if, the odds are, if you count so many things and so many different, you're going to get some of them. The house was humongous by the time she was done building it. So, according to legend, all this was done to confuse and give false leads to spirits who was looking for vengeance.
The 13
I don't know where that came from. Yeah, that's what some people were saying.
Okay.
So, from 1888 to 1922, the 8-room farmhouse turned into a mansion that didn't quite make any sense. Just a side note, which was in the Mercury News, and it may or may not be true, but it's claimed that Teddy Roosevelt The president went to the front door and he was told he couldn't come in because Mrs. Winchester was not home. And he was like, bye.
Oh, wow. Even the president was turned away.
Yeah.
Damn. Feminism all the way.
Right? So now Sarah Winchester was ahead of her time. She was an independent, smart, driven woman. Sarah already had a part in designing her house in Connecticut, and she got a taste of designing and loved it. And as you know, a woman couldn't possibly be an architect. So she hired some men. But then she quickly fired them when she realized like she could do a better job. So she decided to just do it herself. So she hired a huge staff to live on property. And she would hold a morning meeting and lay out the plan for the day, and her staff stayed with her for years. She paid her workers 50% more than the average worker got back then.
Oh, she was a good person then. She
Right?
donated.
I love her.
She was nice.
So if a room was not to her liking, she would just take it down and start over, or abandon a project that would result in like maze-like designs. There are doors that were not removed that make no sense. There's a door that drops to nothing outside. Or they have a door you open and there's just a wall on the other side.
The hell?
So the San Jose News of 1897 reported that a 7-story tower was torn down and rebuilt 16 times.
Damn.
7-story tower. 16 times.
That's ridiculous. What in the... Can you go and visit this house?
Yes, and I want to so bad. It's in California, but we have to go. I would love to. I'm going to tell you about the visit that I want to do at the end of the story. So one room she made, this is the coolest room there is. The only circular room. It's called the Witch's Cap. It has a conical ceiling, which causes an eerie sound effect. Conical like a cone shape.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stand in a certain spot in the room, it will echo back to you. I think of like that scene in The Grinch when he's like yelling.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So in the Mercury News article, they state that it's rumored that Harry Houdini held a seance in this room in 1924, trying to disprove the hauntings, and he couldn't. He was like, yeah, this place is haunted.
Dun, dun, dun.
Another thing she did in the house that I didn't write in here is she had horizontal elevators put in the house.
What?
Like, you know how elevators go up and down?
Yeah.
She was like, wouldn't it be a lot easier to go just like left and right? But she had arthritis and was like in a lot of pain when she was walking around and moving around.
Were there multiple floors to the house, or was it one story?
Yeah. It was multiple floors. It was like different because it was, I think, 6 or 7 stories before an earthquake, and now it's like 3, I think now.
But like, did she have elevators also going up, or did she use the stairs and then she was done walking after that?
I think she did just the elevators left and right. She might have had the other way.
I really want to go see this
Now I
house.
gotta look into that.
I wonder if the elevators are still functioning.
I wouldn't get them.
No. Okay.
I would not. One more quick thing about this room that I'm obsessed with. A tour guide, her last name is Foster. I can't find her first name. It's written somewhere. I don't know where I put it. But she was just singing. So she was just like a tour guide, and she's in there. Mm-hmm. She's singing and cleaning. And she felt arms go around her, like someone was sneaking up behind her to hug her. And she's quoted saying, I just kind of kept singing. I don't know. And the arms started to sway like they were dancing. So
shut the hell up.
I'm
no.
here, and I got to dance with a ghost.
Oh, that's so creepy.
But it's like not bad. It was probably Sarah. Like, all right, let's go, girl.
She was just like, woo.
I love Sarah Winchester.
Oh my goodness.
So she would design a room one by one, closely monitoring as it progresses. She, as a woman, designed a runoff water system to prevent waste and water her garden. Like, she made a whole water system throughout her house.
That's insane.
I'm so impressed by her. She made stairs with 44 steps with shorter increments than usual for a 10-foot staircase. This was just to help with her arthritis pain as she was trying to climb it, but everyone was like, oh, that's so weird. But she had arthritis bad, and she was 4 feet 10 inches.
Oh, damn.
She was a tiny little thing.
Isn't that a legal midget?
I don't know what that is, what the height is.
I'm pretty sure below 4'11", or I might be wrong. All right, never mind.
I don't know the size on that. But she loved stained glass windows and would design a room around decor on the windows. Some people say that the Tiffany Glass Company made her some, but then others say Tiffany wasn't even made until years after the house was finished built. So I don't know. I'm not even going to put that in.
Okay.
But the house design...
but all right.
Yeah, well, everyone just strike that. So the house design has been described as Victorian, Gothic, and Romanesque. The detail she put into each room was incredible. The ballroom was covered in carved wood designs on the ceiling and wall and on the ballroom floor. The bedrooms on the second floor each had their own sitting room and sewing room attached to them. The walls had, it's called lincrusta covering, which left like a metal or leather look because she didn't like the look of wood, but she liked wood. Sarah had chandeliers from Germany, art from Australia, paintings from France, furniture from Asia. She even had an annunciator, which is like one of the first intercoms of the time. ABC7 quoted.
So did she invent the intercom?
No, it was just like one of the first ones of the time.
This woman is insane.
Right? ABC7 has a quote that there's a room with no floor or ceiling that's tucked between her bedroom and undeniable spooky seance room. And if you look close enough, you feel like you're floating.
What?
The house is just crazy.
I want to go.
Me too.
It sounds like beautiful and like
it's gorgeous. If you look
cool,
at the pictures,
like,
the detail is like every little intricate part of the wall, part of the floor is like, it's perfect.
Wow.
So at this point, Sarah had over 500 rooms, which included her seance room, where she would go to communicate every night with the spirits, and she had many bedrooms, and she would never sleep in the same bedroom 2 nights in a row for fear that the spirits would find her.
All right then.
So in 1906, 500 rooms were built, and an earthquake destroyed 340 of them. The tower and many rooms and staircases were sealed off. Even the runoff system that she created was all covered over. So at this point, Sarah's arthritis was getting worse and worse, so she was leaving. Oh, during that earthquake, she got stuck in one of the rooms, by the way.
No.
And they had to, like, get her out, and that's why she was like, yeah, just seal it all up. Good.
Yeah, probably because she had to sit there and wait 2 weeks while they went room to room.
Right? Wow. To find someone. So at this point, Sarah's arthritis was getting worse and worse, so she was leaving the house less and less, which people saw as her being a recluse, but I see it as like a woman in pain.
Right.
So in some articles, it said that she would take breaks from construction, sometimes for months, and others said she never stopped. I read in one source that they theorized that this was her hobby and she just wanted to keep her workers employed. In 1920, Sarah bought a houseboat named Sarah's Ark, which she kept in California in case of another flood. I just said in case of another flood. Another flood like Noah's Ark.
Do you mean, I'm guessing you mean quake?
No, a flood. I meant to say flood.
In case of another flood. Okay.
I don't know why it came out of her mouth like flood.
But when was the first flood?
Noah's Ark?
Oh,
like the biblical?
Okay, I thought you meant like she experienced the flood, so she made another ark just in case.
She just bought a houseboat and she named it. It was known as Sarah's Ark.
Got it.
So,
okay.
The flood. At 10:45 p.m. on September 5th, 1922, Sarah passed away from heart failure. She was buried next to her husband and infant daughter. Sarah left a will behind, which was written in 13 sections, which was signed 13 times. Still being a philanthropist, posthumously, she gave the majority of her wealth to charity. Everything in the Winchester house was left to her niece, who auctioned it all off. But just to give you an idea of how much stuff she had in her house, to clear the house out, they needed 6 moving trucks a day, working 6 weeks to clear it out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That is insane.
But you got to think of all the furniture, and she did like top of the line bedding in every room. She was getting bank. Like, there's nothing she couldn't buy. And if she liked a pattern of something, like if she saw this material, she'd buy it all. So she had all this backup in the basement. So now, like, the people that take care of the house have all this extra fabric, extra material, everything sitting down there.
Damn, that's insane.
Right?
That is so crazy. Imagine having that much money.
Like, what do you even do with it?
You build 500 rooms. Clearly, damn.
So nuts. So the house was auctioned off to the highest bidders, who were John and Mamie Brown, whose, side note, developed theme parks. The Winchester's house was turned into an attraction. Around this time, haunted houses were very popular. So I think that they seemed to exaggerate Sarah's life to kind of help sell tickets. Not saying they did, but just FYI. Sarah's neighbors all described her as a very kind person, but her being a recluse didn't help the rumors. A book by Susie Smith It was called Prominent American Ghost, published in 1967. It tells of a medium named Adam Coons, who they said that in Boston told Sarah that she and her family were being haunted by the ghosts of people who were killed by the Winchester rifles, and that she must construct a house for these ghosts, which she could never stop or else they'd get her. And if this hammer ever ceased, they'd come for her. And it all fed into like how she was like a mad woman that was spiraling with all the tragedy. But when they looked into this medium, there was no such person that ever worked in Boston or anywhere that could be found. So maybe
this is all just based on like speculation.
Yeah, I think they say maybe she did meet with a medium because women in that time, especially of her status, did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no proof. In 1924, Harry Houdini visited the house and loved the unusualness of the layout, and some people say he named the house Winchester Mystery House. Many historians, in fact, do not believe that Sarah was obsessed with never stopping, but building for fear of the ghost getting her. Most anomalies in the house can be explained by Sarah's arthritis and quick repairs because of the 1906 earthquake. And the number 13 was used a lot in construction, but so were the numbers 7 and 11. So if they looked for those, they might have found just as many. The Winchester Mystery House is still a popular tourist attraction. Its massive size may be the least remarkable thing about the property. I'm sorry. Okay. You look so bored.
No, I'm not bored. I'll ask in a minute. Go.
Okay. The Winchester Mystery House is still a popular tourist attraction. Its massive size may be the least remarkable thing about the property. Unusual setup, including staircases that go to the ceilings. Like it will be a staircase and it just ends with a ceiling. Winding corridors. Doors that open to a wall, a door that opens to a 15-foot drop into an outside garden, a door that opens to a kitchen sink 8 feet below you. There are false passageways, windows hanging in the middle of the room, windows in the floor, skylights in between floors so you could just look up and down to see the floor above or below you. There was a room that I couldn't find the year, but within like the last 10 or 20 years, they just found a room that was hidden. There's probably so many more blocked off. But when they opened it, what do you think was in there?
A bedroom?
There was a couch, and there was one thing sitting on there. What do you think it was? A doll. I'd be like, bye, sorry, and shut the door and walk away.
No. What is it with people and dolls?
But it's just one huge room and one couch and one doll. I'd be like, sorry, please forgive me.
Imagine the stuff that went on in these rooms.
I'd be like, bye. So now the house has 24,000 square feet. It has 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 160 rooms, 52 skylights, 47 staircases, 47 fireplaces. But listen, 47 fireplaces, but only 17 chimneys. It has 13 bathrooms and 6 kitchens. And so this is all from the Winchester website. Huh?
So this is all stuff that this is all stuff that you can see, or a lot of it's still blocked off?
No, this is all the stuff that's like there now that you can see.
What is this, like a 5-hour tour?
Well, you can only go in certain rooms.
Oh.
But how many showers do you think the house has?
27.
1.
What? 1 shower?
So, yeah.
Clearly hygiene wasn't as important back in the day.
So now on to the ghosts. And FYI, Time magazine named this house one of the top 10 haunted houses in America. Ooh. And all this information I'm about to read is directly from the Winchester Mystery House website. Okay. They have residual hauntings, which if you could picture something happening over and over again, and like the most reported case, it's Clyde. He's a worker that worked for Sarah Winchester. He's seen pushing a wheelbarrow and working on the fireplace, and he's called the wheelbarrow ghost.
Did he die in the home?
I don't know if he died there. They say some people go back to like the best part of their life, but she treated her workers fantastic.
Yeah.
Like they stayed there till the very end. And if you go there now too, as soon as they heard she passed away, they stopped hammering. So there's like nails still in the wall that like just the minute they said she passed, everyone just stopped what they were doing.
Oh, wow.
So there's like half done construction things. So there are also intelligent hauntings, which is a spirit trying to interact with a living person. It could be through a tap on the shoulder, tugging a shirt, A longtime maintenance man, Denny, describes hearing footsteps on the floor above him, and when he went to tell whoever was up there they weren't allowed to be up there, he kept like chasing them up the stairs, basically. And then
Well,
when he got
yeah,
up
I
to the
mean,
roof, no one was there.
they probably went down another set of stairs. I mean, there's 2,000 in the home.
In one shower. So the most common reported at the house are shadowy figures, which are usually seen around corners, down hallways, or even in windows. You can look up pictures online, which to me it looks like something is in the window. Visitors report temporary blindness. They'll be like,
What?
I can't see. And the tour guide will be like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Shut up. Oh my goodness. I want to go.
They report chills or hearing organ music being played, which Sarah played often. The house holds the coolest tours ever. This is the one that I was telling you about. You start by attending a wake in the parlor. Then you go up to the third floor to a Victorian era seance. And to end the tour, you go down where the wheelbarrow hangs out. The wheelbarrow ghost hangs out in the basement. So do you think she was trying to outrun the ghosts or just a talented perfectionist?
I mean, I feel like I don't have enough information about the ghost. Like, I don't really know what type of haunting she was experiencing, and I have no like. Was there no information as to what she experienced while in the home? Like,
No,
I know you touched on it a little bit about how she felt like. Oh no, that was a
that was
cleaner who.
speculation. She didn't keep any records.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess if we had more information, I'd be able to make a more like informed decision or incision, I guess. But
Regardless, I just think she's amazing. She is
yeah, she
so
sounds
fascinating to
awesome.
me.
I would
But
love
there's
to see her
also
like in her groove, like really working it out, and like imagine her in those like morning meetings. She probably had one of those like what's that called? She was probably a
what?
great like I can't think of it. Like, you know those people who tell speeches and they're like
Oh,
incredible
like a
talkers?
podium?
Yes, and she was like, "This is what we're doing," and everyone was like, "Yeah!"
Well, she probably just went the night before and had her seance with the ghosts and then brought the notes and she's like, all right, so they want another set of
Right?
staircases, but they want it to the ceiling, so we're gonna have to do that. And there was a movie. I
Right?
heard
You
that
think she's this
it
great
was not good.
architect, and really, it's an entity behind the whole thing.
Right? That's why the ghosts are pissed. We don't get our credit. We're the ones who decide. And there was supposed to be this really cool window she got made. And if it was put correctly, like where a sun would shine in, it would make a rainbow. But she just put it like in front of a wall.
Why?
I don't know. There's so
To
many
be
things
like,
about her I don't know.
there could be happiness, but no.
You gotta look up pictures because you can see the rooms and stuff, but I want to go there so bad.
I
And
want to
like,
see this place.
right? But there was a movie, Winchester. It's a horror film starring Helen Mirren that was released in 2018. But I
Is
heard
that the
it
one with
doesn't
Harry
do the
Potter in
story
it?
justice.
Is that the
No.
one with the
Oh,
guy
is
from
he in
Harry
it?
Potter? I'm pretty sure he's in it.
Maybe. I just heard it wasn't like, it just went completely horror and it didn't really follow anything real. And I just heard other people say it wasn't all that. It might be good. I never tried it. It's the
Not a
Winchester
bad
Mystery
story.
House. And all these broken promises that Lee's going to say, oh, we're going to go. But we'll never go.
I'm a mom. But I do want to go.
I do too.
So this time, I'll just say I don't promise we're going to go, but I want to.
Oh, really? But all the other ones you did? We actually did go to Lizzie Borden. We did
do that, yes.
Yeah. That was
See,
pretty good.
so
It wasn't
I'm
spooky at
willing.
all, though. I was
No,
expecting something. The basement was like nothing. I thought something was going to be felt somewhere.
Yeah, I was really hoping when he said, "Oh, take a picture of the wall," something was gonna like jump out at me or something. But no,
Yeah, and it was just like a water stain.
literally.
The tour guide was great, but it just wasn't. Nothing happened.
Yeah, that stunk. I really wanted someone to whack me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
And that's why your bed shakes.
Help me. I'm so scared. Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening.
If you have a story you'd like us to share, email us at ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com.
Don't forget to follow our Facebook page, Ouch, Was That a Ghost?